Hello, leaders. I'm back again, and I'm ready to discuss chapter 2 of Lisa Terkeurst, The Best Yes. Yes, I went all the way back to chapter 2 because I was just thinking, in order for you to give your best yes, you have to understand the connection with you and God, what that looks like, leaders. So, chapter 2, I've broken into 3 parts. Here's part 1, and I want you to notice what God wants you to notice and be willing to participate when God wants you to participate. What does that mean? Well, number 1, take a look at the signs that you see, receive, or hear throughout the day and go, I've experienced that. And did you say no to some things that God wanted you to say yes to? For instance, you see someone in your building and you go, I should probably go speak to her. That is probably what God is putting on your heart to do. And you're thinking, oh, she's too busy, or I am too busy. And so you let that go by. You don't even follow through with that thought. A second one could be something very simple where God says, hey, pick that item up, even though you probably was not the one who put it on the floor, but just pick it up and toss it. And you're thinking, God doesn't necessarily want me to do that, right? That's not a God thing. That's not a big yes thing. And a third one could be, he might want you to invite a friend over, or even something like your children. Invite your children's family friends over and have just a dinner with them. And you're thinking, oh, they're too busy, or I have so much going on, or maybe next month, or something like that. The thing about that is, if you're practicing what we might call small yeses to God, then it will be easier down the line for you to give a big yes or a best yes. And so, closing with this, I'm looking at my notes here. It says, it is not a big deal unless it was God's instruction. Then you are practicing disobedience. So if God said he wanted you to pick up whatever that item was and you was like, nah, well, that's disobedience. If God said, I wanted you to stop and speak with that lady, introduce yourself, you say, that's disobedience. Or did you call the person he told you to call and invite them over for dinner, and you came up with all these wonderful excuses on why you should not do it? That's disobedience. It says, then you are practicing disobedience. The one who obeys God's instruction for today will develop a keen awareness of his direction for tomorrow. Quote unquote from Lisa. I want you leaders to be able to give your best yes. In order for you to do that, you have to give your small yeses to God so that he can move you on to the next part. I'll see you in part 2.